Guys, what's going on? James here, and today's video is brought to you by Alex Day Tampa on Twitter. If you guys want to go check out my Twitter, it'll be down in the description below. But in today's video, we're going to be talking about how the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have hired former USC running backs coach Todd Mcnair to be their running backs coach for this upcoming season. I know this hiring happened a little ways ago, but I do want to talk about it and about the overall importance of it and kind of clear up a few little bit of details that have kind of been lost in the shuffle and kind of been confused with some other things. So let's talk about all that right now. First things first that I want to point out to everybody, because I know there's been a ton of confusion regarding Todd Mcnair and his time at USC. A lot of people have assumed that this will be really good for Ronald Jones specifically because Todd Mcnair being the running backs coach at USC, a lot of people have assumed that he was the running backs coach when Ronald Jones was there. That is false. Todd McNair's last year at USC was actually in 2010, while Ronald Jones' first year at USC was back in, I believe, either 2015 or 2016. So no, Todd McNair has never coached Ronald Jones ever. They have never coached each other. They might have met at some point. I have no idea. I could not tell you whether or not that has or has not happened. But in terms of coaching, Todd McNair never coached Ronald Jones at USC. I will say, though, that it is pretty interesting that Todd McNair, is the Buccaneers running backs coach regardless. I think it could still benefit Ronald Jones a whole heck of a lot, even though Todd McNair specifically did not coach Ronald Jones, but I still feel that he's going to be very beneficial. The running back position right now for the Buccaneers is one that is filled with a lot of confusion. You still don't know what's going to happen with Peyton Barber. You assume he's going to come back. Me personally, I assume he's probably going to come back. You also have Ronald Jones, the former second-round pick, who had a really bad rookie season, all things considered. Half of the games he didn't play, in the other half of the games he either wasn't getting any snaps while he was active, or he was just inefficient when he had the ball in his hands. So not a very good rookie season under any circumstances for Ronald Jones. Hopefully Todd McNair can change that. He's a very well accredited running backs coach, and he's a former NFL running back in his own right. He spent time with the Cleveland Browns and USC. He's done a lot of things. He's very good with running backs, all things considered. So hopefully he can get Ronald Jones going into his second year. I want to be making an entirely separate video talking about Ronald Jones and what he can and cannot do in his second year and the possibility of him having a resurgence type of thing. So I feel that this is going to be very important, the relationship between Todd McNair and Ronald Jones. You also have a couple other running backs on the roster who probably aren't going to return. Chuki Rodgers, while he did do some good things for this team last season, he was definitely a dirt cutter guy. I don't see him returning at all. You also have Shawn Wilson, the undrafted free agent from last year, who did some good things in the preseason and had his moments as a kick returner for the Buccaneers, but again, he doesn't necessarily offer a whole lot as a complete back. I did have a conversation with one fan on Twitter, however, talking about how, he did like what Shawn Wilson did provide in training camp and preseason last year, and I liked it as well. I don't necessarily think he's going to be the starter. However, I would think it would be hilarious and amazing if he was the starter. I think that'd be awesome. However, I don't see it happening. So, like I said, there's a lot of confusion involving the running back position right now. Peyton Barber, he's been very solid for this team, but he hasn't necessarily had the workload to prove that he can be an all-around good back for the Buccaneers. We already know that he necessarily isn't the best receiving back because they just haven't used him. They preferred other guys like Chuki Rodgers, and even they tried to get Ronald Jones to learn how to be a receiving back. So I think it's safe to say that Peyton Barber, he's not going to be our receiving back next year. So will the Buccaneers go into free agency and get another type of all-around, solid, balanced back who can not only run the ball but receive the ball as well? That remains yet to be seen. I think it's definitely possible given the current list of running backs that the Buccaneers have right now. But whatever happens, the running back roster, it should be very interesting how things shake out, and Todd McNair is going to be the running backs coach, and whoever is the Buccaneers starting running back, be it one single guy or a committee, it's going to be up to him. I think he's going to do a good job. I think he's well accredited, and I think he's going to lead this rushing attack to great things this upcoming season, because that's going to be one of the main priorities now, is getting Jameis Winston a rushing attack, and I think you could do you know better than Todd Mcnair as the running backs coach. But guys, let me know what you think about this hire down in the comment section below. Follow me on Twitter again if you have any other types of suggestions for videos, or if you just want to talk about Tampa Bay Buccaneers football. I talk with a lot of you guys on there already about the team, certain players being signed, and other aspects about not just the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but the entirety of the NFL. It's a lot of fun. Go follow me and let's talk about some football. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope y'all enjoyed. I have a ton of videos coming, just a ton, okay? I have a ton of videos on the way. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video yet again. I hope y'all enjoyed, and as always, I'll see you in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, goodbye for now, and go Bucs!